Do you believe in Alshandra, then? Bwina said to him. I don't, Tern said, and that's why I'm an outlaw. I see. Angmar rose and began to collect the mending in a basket. Well and good, then. Bwina followed her mother out of the great hall and up the stairs to Angmar's room. She'd been planning on badgering Angmar about Doogie, but her mother's mood had turned so grim that she thought better of the plan. Alone, they spoke in Dwarvish. Mama, do you trust Tern? Bwina asked instead. I don't, Angmar said. There's somewhat more than a bit shifty about him beyond his Horsekin blood. I do believe him about being an outlaw, mind. I wonder, in fact, if his own kind gave him those burns and scars, a torture in him somehow. Ugh! Truly, they're a cruel lot, the Horsekin. But be that as it may, Tern knows lore that Marnmara needs if she's to get us home again. Will we ever really go home? Bwina said, wherever that is. I have my hopes. It may not mean much to you, but I long to see your father again. Well, of course. I wish I knew him too. My father. It has such a distant ring to it, doesn't it? Even though you've told me about him, it's not the same as knowing him. It's not. Angmar allowed herself a long sigh. I've tried to think of myself as a widow and stop longing for him, but deep in my heart, I'm sure he's still alive back home, if only we could get there. And I miss my homeland too, the Dwarveholt. Ma'am, I'm sorry. I don't mean to slight what you treasure, but the land means naught to me. This is the only home I've ever had. I do understand that, but I have hopes that someday you'll have better, and find a better man too. This last was too much to bear. Please, please, tell me why I mayn't marry Doogie, Bwina said. I love him ever so much. I know, but ye gods, it would ache my heart to go home but leave you here with your Doogie. You're young, child. There will be other men. I don't want any of them. Doogie's the only handsome lad you've ever known. Angmar managed to smile. First love is the love that stings, or so they always say. But answer me this. Suppose you did marry your lad and go to live with him, and then we all disappeared without you. How would that feel? Bwina felt the blood drain from her face. The thought of losing her family. I see it doesn't sit well with you, Angmar said. Well, it could happen, were you to go live on Alban land. Haen Marn goes where it wills, when it wills, and it doesn't bother with giving fair warning. Then how come you let Marnmara go over to the mainland to heal the folk and such like? Because the island's not going to go anywhere without her. That I know as surely as I know my own name. Bwina bit back the bitter words that threatened to break free of her mouth. It's always Mara, isn't it? She thought. She's the important one, never me.